Howdy. So Christmas has come a day early for me. I just received this present from TOMLOV. It's their newest digital microscope. This is a 4K with the autofocus, and just checking the specs on it, it looks to be very nice. Now I'm not much for USB microscopes or HDMI scopes, but out of all the ones I've tried, the TOMLOV one that I done a video on in the past was my absolute favorite. So I have a feeling I'm gonna like this one as well. In fact, I might even actually use this one, keep it and use it for some things and replace my Mantis one that my son was using. Because sometimes my son helps me, and I had got him a Mantis one that he could use, but I might actually replace it with this one. But let's go ahead and open it up and take a look at it. And I got some work to do tonight before it gets too late. I will probably try to do it with this. I have a bunch of those little VAS Volkswagen tools that I got to do the USB ports on, and this scope will be good for doing that. So I don't know if I'm gonna split it up in a two-part video or just do it all in this one. But the first thing I got to do is assemble this thing and take a look and see how everything is, once it's set up. But here we go. We got a big display. I believe it was 10.1 inches. And that's what the other one I had was 10.1. And oh yeah, I see it's got the autofocus, it's got the zoom. That's pretty nice. It's already got a SD card in there for me. We have HDMI. We have USB-C and then just regular USB there. Let me set all this to the side. This one has a ring light, some USB cords, plug. Okay, and I think the base is under here. Set all that there. Got a little remote. Man, this one has a really big base here, but not too heavy. All right, so let's get this thing together. I am pretty sure that this has to go on first. Okay. And then this goes on. I guess we could look at the instructions, but I think that this is so that you can adjust which way this face sits and then still make it tight. See, like when this sits on here, I don't want it to sit like this, right? I want this flat to sit in the front of it, so I have full rotation like this. So then I twist this nice and snug, and then I screw this bottom one to really lock it in, I'm guessing that's how it's gotta work. Okay, I think I'm gonna go with it like that because that's nice and tight. Not exactly perfect, but close enough for me. All right, so I've got the unit assembled here. I have it flipped around. I'm not using the base. I mean, you could, but I wanted a little bit more area here to work with. But the battery was dead in it. I love how TOMLOV has a battery in it. You don't have to have it always hooked up when you want to use it, but I have to charge it. So I do have it plugged in right now. But let's go ahead and turn it on and see what it looks like. Hopefully I can turn it on. Okay, it's got a really nice display on it. Okay. I'm going to hit the autofocus button here. Looks like it's already pretty focused, but let's see if we can focus on that. Oh yeah, that's a quick autofocus. That's pretty nice. Yep. And then it's got manual focus as well. And it has a P1 and a P2. I assume that's for a preset. Now, I did not connect the ring light because the camera itself has some lights already. And I think that it has this. Oh yeah, that's really neat. You see this little bar here? That's how you can control the light here. So I think that's going to be enough for me to work with. The ring light is very nice. It's a very nice ring light, but I don't feel like plugging it in. I got too many wires already. And, you know, the ring light just doesn't have an, a great place to put it. It's a little bit out of place. Like there's no good lip here, and you can't put it up too high because then you're blocking the buttons. So you would just, hook it up like that and plug it in. Actually, it's not too bad. Let me try to use it some. Get some more light for what I'm going to be doing. Because it actually did fit on there really nice. Not too bad at all. Let me find a plug back here. Okay. Oh, yeah, it did make it a lot brighter because I have the LEDs already all the way on, and you can see that, yeah, that's a lot brighter. So turn those off, turn this off. So yeah, not bad. We'll leave it on there. Um, Now you can also hook this up to your computer and have like a direct signal from this to your computer screen, but I'm not going to do that because typically when you buy this type of unit, you use this display. So I'm going to stay in that fashion of using the display that, comes with it. And that way we can see a little bit better too how it functions. But so far it is pretty nice. Let's go ahead and check through some of the menu functions. Uh, I don't really care much for the remote. It doesn't have an up and down, so I know this is already going to be kind of a pain to go through the menu. But let's give it a try. Okay, so we have a little door for exit, have a little play symbol for playback. So I guess that's where you store your videos and your pictures. Here we have image settings. So we got our image brightness, we got our white balance, we have our autofocus mode. I'm gonna turn autofocus on. So now that I'm here, I guess I have to hit OK, and that should put me in there. Okay, yeah, that's it. Turn red, so I'm in there now. Yeah. Oh, now I'm in this one. I must have hit it twice. Let me try this again. See, like I said, no up and down button makes it a pain. Okay, so I'm gonna hit OK here. I see, now I'm in this menu, so now I have to tell it up and down. And this says there's 2 pages. Let's see if I can keep going. Yeah. So we have frequency, we have sharpness, saturation. Don't need to mess with none of that. We have mirror and flip. Don't care about that. I do want to turn this autofocus on though, so I'm going to select it. I'm going to hit OK again, and now I can set that. Okay. And I accidentally hit menu, thinking I was hitting down, and you see it kicked me out. So I'm just going to leave that however that's set. And what is this next little gear here? This is a setting thing. Okay, so it says we have a shortcut here. Photo, video, split freeze. We have photo size, we have video size, LCD brightness. I'm going to leave all that alone. Let's check out this next one. I'm not going to turn on any lines or anything. Okay, so menu is pretty basic, pretty simple, which is nice because it's just a microscope. We don't need a lot of stuff to it. But in the manual, there was a really cool feature, and it's a split mode. I don't know if I'll use it, but I want to show it because it's pretty neat. And what it does is it will split the camera into 2 to 4 positions. And one side you can zoom in closer. So you see like this one, you can zoom in closer than the other side. So you have 2 different views, the same area, but different, magnification. And that is pretty neat. And then also you have your normal vision. So you have 3 different magnifications that you're working with. That's pretty neat, honestly. So it's said to get to it that you have to long press OK. Now you don't have to use the remote. You can see the menus up here as well. All the same buttons, nothing fancy. Except this doesn't have video or photo up here. But let's hit long press OK to go into the split. Okay, so that is our split. That's pretty neat. And we can zoom in just our split. Yeah, I like that feature a lot actually. That's pretty neat. I don't know if the old TOMLOV I had did that. I don't think it did. I didn't play in the instructions much, but so we got to that by long pressing the OK. I guess we'll get out of it the same way. I don't know what's happening now. Okay, now I'm capturing video. Don't want to do that. Cut that off. Okay, back to normal now. I guess I can do a little bit of work. I do want to see the working distance. See, like right here, this is way too close. I got no room to work. So I want to bring this up. And I probably will have to readjust my camera. All right, so that is a little bit better, I guess. We're going to try to repair this guy here. Only thing I don't like so far, this arm is a little bit loose. It's a little bit easy to move around. I'd rather it be a little bit stiffer. And also, I like that light slider though. That's really neat. Also, I don't like that I can't tilt the screen down. There's no ability to tilt the screen down this way. Like I can tilt it all the way back, which is good if probably you're sitting higher. But like if I have it sitting high like this, because I want a lot of working distance, I can't tilt it down. Um, so that's a bit of a bummer. I wonder if no, there's no way to make that happen. Now they have a different boom which may work a little bit better than this the plate. They have a boom arm. I imagine that's going to be the same though, yeah. This is the way to go with this base. But still, you should have a little bit of turn down. Anyway, let's get into this thing here. I am going to try to work under this. Okay, so first I got to get under this label here because there's 2 little screws we got to do. Now I'll let you guys know I can't see very well at all. I'm usually working under my stereoscope pretty much for everything, including what I'm doing here. I would be under my stereoscope. Um, so this one, like you see how kind of close it is right now? A little bit too close. So you want good eyesight, looking directly at your item as well for this type of microscope. But for majority of people, this type of microscope is what they need. If I wasn't blind as a bat, I'd probably would prefer this one myself. 'Cause I gotta tell you, the stereoscope a lot of times will give you headaches from looking through it, from the focus getting off and whatnot. Okay, let's take those out. I think we need a T10 for this. Now I'm not sure what's wrong with this device. Mostly they have broken USB ports, but sometimes they have software issues. I'm not sure what this is. I guess I should hook it in and see first. All right. So let's see if this one is USB. Yes. You see, I plug it in and it didn't come on until I wiggle it. So this one is a USB port that is loose. So we should be able to fix this one, no problem. Okay, got all the screws loose. Gonna take it apart here. I'm just gonna set this stuff out of the way. I'm gonna go ahead and pull these two apart. And this thing is jam-packed full of electronics. This one is in really good shape. If we look here in the microscope, let me get the autofocus going. This one is actually still connected. Where's my autofocus? Okay, maybe I'm a little bit too high. Let me bring it down a little bit. I think yellow is manual and green would probably be auto. Okay. Yeah, I see it moving now as I move. So this one is in really good shape. I'm not even going to replace the USB. I'm just going to clean up the sides here. I'm going to clean up the sides here and resolder it down, and then I'm going to touch up the solder here. Okay. I'm going to get this down a little bit more. I want it to be a little bit closer, right? Okay. So I want to also scratch away the solder mask here, because when I put these down, I like to solder all the way across here to here, and I like to actually get the solder up on the side there. And we can see the autofocus working really well. Well, maybe I can get this a little bit closer for you guys to see. See better what I'm doing here. Tilt this down a little bit more. Trying to keep my big head out of the way too, so I don't block it. Okay, there's our autofocus working great. Yep. And you guys will have to forgive me. I'm not used to working under a USB scope. Like I said, I use the stereoscope. It's a lot different. Once you're used to working under a USB scope, it's not a big deal. But if you're not used to it, then your depth perception is a little bit off. All right, so I'm gonna put some flux here. Okay, I'm gonna put some flux on this other side. And we're gonna put some in the back there. Now, it's pretty hard to get up in there to solder that. Okay, autofocus is working pretty good. As long as you keep it in this center square, it works pretty good. So we come over here, let's say I want to try to read one of those guys. That autofocus comes right in. See that? Let's see if we can do it like this. Try to get that right in the center. I think this one's too big, don't want to focus. There it goes. Man, I bet you this would be really good for just inspection purposes. Yeah, that is really nice. Okay. So I'm going to solder this guy down. All right, I want to make sure I get the leg. I want to get the center spot. I'm going to get the front spot. Oop. And I want to get along the side of this USB port. You see that nice big glob of solder there? I want to make sure this thing doesn't move again. And like I said, I always like to do that on that. It's a little bit of overkill, but man, these units rip so bad. They rip off so bad that I found this helps a lot. Because if you don't do this, you know, it's already ripped really bad. So sometimes you have to do this just to have something to grab onto. Let me try to get some better right here. I think I didn't scratch this solder mask off good. Put a little bit more solder there. All right. So all that is good. I really probably gonna have issues doing this though, because it's a really tight fit, and like I said, my depth perception is horrible. You know what? I am going to also capture this, and yes, I want to record this, and that way I can upload this into my video so you guys can see a little bit better, because the quality is really nice on the screen itself, way better than what you're seeing through the video. And actually, these don't look too bad. Okay, let me plug it in and see how well it's connecting now. So we should see some lights come on. There we go. That's how it is supposed to be. USB is tight now. So that is fixed. So yeah, it's a very nice little microscope. I'm going to do some more work with it. Just give you guys some better video. I might actually switch to the HDMI and show it as I'm working under it rather than showing it like this. But it's nice. It's a lot nicer than all the other ones I've had. But anyway, um, the TOMLOV giving me a special discount code for you guys. So if y'all do want one, make sure you check the description for the discount code, and you can save a little bit of money. And I'll probably do some more videos with it here later, maybe after Christmas. But yeah, it's not bad. It's nice. I definitely like the autofocus. The autofocus works pretty good. It works better than the autofocus I have on this. That's for sure. That autofocus really annoying, constantly clicking, and But yeah, nice simple microscope, beautiful display, really nice display. It doesn't get much better if you're looking for USB, or HDMI microscope. Now I'm gonna have to clean this up a little bit, but I won't bore you guys with that.